Hello travel groovers. In this video I'm going to show you how you can book your own package holiday using Expedia.com, and along the way I share some tips that you need to know. Okay, let's go. So first step is make sure that the website is in the currency of your country. As I am in Australia, I want to make sure that my prices will be in Australian dollars. And you'll see across the top here the tabs. This is to book accommodation only, flights only, car hire only, and then you have packages. That's where you book your flight and hotel together. Click on that. Fill in the details. So our departure city, for me it's Perth, and I'm going to Bali, which is Denpasar Airport. Choose the dates. It's going to be September 8th to the 14th. Click done, and just make sure you've got the number of travellers you want, 2 travellers, then click on search. First thing it does is list the hotels. Expedia by default lists them in order of recommended by Expedia. You can change it to be according to price, guest rating or property class. Alternatively, you have the filter down the left hand side, and there's some popular filters at the top. People like Seminac area, people like to have a pool. You can put in minimum maximum you want to spend, star ratings, guest ratings again. Do you want meals to be included? What amenities do you want to have included? What location do you want? What property type? Is it a villa or a hotel? It just goes on and on. So you can select everything that you want and it will give you just those details. Or the third option is, if you know the hotel you want to stay at, you can just search it by property name. My friend is wanting to stay at the Kartika, and there it is, the Kartika Plaza. So I'll click on that, and that will bring it to the top of the list. And it tells me that the package price is $711 per person, per traveller. So this includes your flight and your hotel, but it does not include all flights. It'll only be a small selection, which I'll show you on the following pages. So we click on the hotel, and good idea to have a look at the photos, check the rooms, check what amenities are there, make sure you're happy with this hotel. I mean, look at that pool, definitely want to have a swim in there. If you're all okay with this hotel that you want, then it's time to choose your room. And you can see that that price of $711 is to stay in this room, which is a garden view room with 2 single beds, which is what my friend wants. She's travelling with her mother. You can select that. Please note that that is a non-refundable price. If you need to have flexibility in your booking, because you may change, or you are that kind of person that does like to change, then you can click on the fully refundable price, and you have to add on an extra $240 per person, that is. But we're just going to stay with non-refundable for this example. You can see they also have a deluxe garden room with a king bed if you're traveling as a couple. That's an extra $27 to add on. They also have, what else they got? Pool view rooms. That's with a king bed, an extra $44, or 2 single beds, still an extra $44. So the option is there if you want to upgrade to a different room type. I'm happy with the garden view because I don't want to pay any more. So I'm going to select that one. And next it brings up the flight details for your outbound. And as you can see, there's only 2 flights to choose from. That's not going to cost me any extra. That will be included in that price of $711. One leaves at 12:30 8:50 p.m. arriving at 12:30 midnight, and another one at 6:35 p.m. arrival at 10:20 p.m. I don't really fancy arriving at night, so I'm just going to change the flight list to go departure time. And let's have a look. We've got Jetstar here for $188. That leaves at 6:50 in the morning, arrive at 10:30, just in time for lunch. So I will select that one. Please note it will tell you that you've got hand baggage included, as always, but checked bags is going to cost anywhere between $0 to $80. We don't find out until the last page, which I'll show you later. Jetstar is a low-cost airline, so they always, low-cost airlines charge extra for luggage. And then we've got the return flights. So first of all, note that because we chose a flight that was not $0, our package price is now increased to $8.99 per person. And if we wanted to stay at $8.99, then we have to choose this flight here that's got +0, which leaves at 9:30 p.m. and arrives back into Perth at 1:20 a.m. I don't really fancy flying in at that time, so for me to fly at a more reasonable time, we have to pay an extra $162. Again, checked luggage will be shown on the last page. If you scroll down, it now shows you the total cost and no longer shows it as per person. So we can always work it out on the calculator. 2121 divided by 2. So now it is $1,060 per person. Do check all the details on the left-hand side to make sure we booked everything correctly. Kartika Plaza, do note that it's non-refundable. We chose the non-refundable option. 2 single beds in a garden view, that's what we wanted. Leaving Perth to Bali on the 8th of September at 6:50 in the morning, and coming back on the 14th of September at 11:40 in the morning. Do note, these are non-refundable and non-changeable. If you would like to change your trip, it does give you this option to go back and change the fares to a more flexible ticket so that you can make changes if you need to. And it gives you another option here again. Stay flexible with changes, and you can click in there and change your totally change all your flights again. But for this example, we'll just keep it as is. And if you keep scrolling down, you've got the option to add in a car hire if you wish, and also pre-book any tours or activities, so you can have a look through there if anything interests you. But just like to point out here, these top 2 boxes here where they talk about, wow, how much you're saving, I wouldn't really pay attention to that because they do over-exaggerate the price. All you want to see is what you are going to be paying now. Click on Final Details, and you're brought to the Review and Book page. So again, make sure the price is still the same. It hasn't changed on us. We've got the dates that we wanted, 8th to the 14th. We're staying at the Kartika. Then you can add in your traveller's details. Please note, you must put in your name as written per your passport. Read up the top here. Names must match your ID, i.e. your passport. Otherwise, you could be denied boarding at the airport. Even a slight misspelling can deny boarding. Some airlines won't even change a ticket even for 1 letter incorrect on your name. Some may allow you to change, but they will charge you a fee. So fill in all the details that they require for both passengers. Then it comes to the flight options area. This is where we add in our luggage. So we're going to have 1 bag, 20 kilos on the outbound, and 1 bag obviously coming back. Obviously we're going to do some shopping. And now that changes our total price to 2274. So 2274 divided by 2, 1137. So as you can see, a package price that started at the beginning at $711 crept up to $1,137 by all these little extras that we had to add. Keep scrolling down, put your payment details in, your credit card details. It does give you the option to buy their travel insurance. You don't have to if you don't want to, or you may have your own travel insurance company that you like to deal with. That's fine. And read all the important information, and then you can click on complete booking. So you might be wondering, is this a good deal? Well, I've just written a blog comparing this Expedia.com package price and compared it to if I had booked the flights direct with the airline and the hotel with Booking.com. Have a read by clicking on the link in the comments below, and you'll find out if this was a good deal or not. Happy travelling.